Welcome to Factly, the place of interesting and unusual facts. Top 10 unusual facts about butterflies. Viewing butterflies can be a magical feeling. From their brightly colored bodies to their fluid movement, they are a true wonder of the insect world. But how much do we actually understand about them? Here are 10 fascinating facts regarding butterflies that will undoubtedly alter how you think. Number 1. The butterfly's wings are translucent. A butterfly's wings are covered in a substantial waxy layer. Furthermore, the hues you perceive on a butterfly as it flits through your backyard are reflections of various colors through the butterfly's amazing scales in its wings. The chitin is identical in the wings, and it is also a protein present in the exoskeleton with insects. It is in charge of the architecture that becomes the wings. Moreover, chitin is quite transparent, and it is similar to an exoskeleton. Number 2. There are over 20,000 different types of butterflies. If you thought about learning all the names of the various types of butterflies, you need to be aware that it might require more time than you expected. An obvious starting place for learning could be figuring out which species are frequently located in the bottom 48 states of the United States of America, whereas there are only about 545. We advocate creating note cards or focusing on the butterflies you're seeing in your yard in the spring and the summer. Number 3. Butterflies taste with their feet. Now, depending on the knowledge that you've already had on every aspect of butterflies, this fact may come to shock you. This may seem weird, but if you consider it from the view of the butterfly, it's not strange, really. A butterfly's routine is comprised of the need to consume food while searching out the next mate, both of which require landing for a brief window of time. The butterfly benefits from those taste buds located directly on their feet. These taste buds help by identifying the right plants to land on while providing the necessary nutrition for it to survive. Even now, many individuals are confused as to what it means when a butterfly flies near and then lands on them. The butterfly is most likely just hungry. You gotta remember, butterflies only live for a matter of weeks. The typical butterfly has an adult lifespan of 3 to 4 weeks. However, the entire life cycle can be approximately 2 to 8 months. A lot of this depends on the location and the species. There will always be deviations from the rule, similar to how there are for everything else. We know of at least 2 different types of butterflies that have lifespans of only about 24 hours. While some migrant butterflies, like the ruler of North America, may survive longer than 8 months. Number 5. The most common butterfly is the cabbage white. In the United States, the most common butterfly is named the white cabbage butterfly. It is predominantly marked in white with vibrant yellow and green accents, similar to how cabbage looks. Although it's probably not the most vibrant butterfly in your backyard or garden, it is the most common. There is one distinguishing trait in males, which is a single black mark on each wing. There are 2 of these marks on the female cabbage white, who have large black dots on either side. Number 6. Some butterfly species go to warmer climates to stay warm. Chilly weather frequently results in the butterfly's already fleeting life to finish quicker by rendering them motionless. Some butterflies might use a change in the temperature as a signal to move around and endure being cold-blooded beings, but the ideal body temperature for butterflies is around 85 degrees. They need to maintain this to activate flyers in their natural state environment. Being able to fly only occurs under ideal circumstances, and when the seasons begin to shift, it is much more difficult for them to move around. Some creatures around the world will move and locate new homes in search of increased sunlight. Certain species, such as the North American monarch, travel 2,500 kilometers on average every year. Number 7. The giant swallowtail butterfly is the largest butterfly ever recorded on the planet. This type of butterfly, which has between 4 and 6 wings spread across 7 inches, also possesses a name that is suitable for its size. Anyone that has encountered one while traveling or alone in the backyard has likely been surprised by the size of the swallowtail. Owing to the lengthy tails on the backs of the butterfly, the name swallowtail comes from the same named bird. All of a butterfly's food is comprised of liquids. You already know they love to eat. It is one of their favorite things to do. There was one item we omitted back when we talked about it, which is that during these dining trips, this will be a strictly liquid-based diet. they have no feasible other option. In truth, they just lack the necessary skill or chewing apparatus to perform intended chewing. Butterfly survival depends on ingesting nectar or another type of liquid dietary supplement through the means of their proboscis. This behaves similarly to how you or I would utilize a straw. Number 9. The butterfly is shielded by its wings from conceivable predators who want to make them a meal. As we've talked about the typical butterfly, we know they have a short lifespan even when they're performing at their peak. These bugs are some of the most delicate of all insects. The capacity of a butterfly to endure as long as possible give it a more mate-matching opportunities and assure its species survival. Consequently, butterflies use their wings often as a defense mechanism. Usually a butterfly's best feature is its wings, and it gives them a form of protection. Whether they have been folded to seem uniform with their surroundings and hide, or they are embellished with a spectrum of hues, which is designed to scare off predators. Butterflies have 4 rather than 2 wings, as generally accepted. And while we're talking about wings, it's possible that we did so on purpose, because that is the butterfly tidbit I find most fascinating. Every butterfly has 4 distinct wings. No matter how they appear when moving or in drawings, they always have 4. Perhaps you've seen artwork depicting them with only 2 wings. Think back, have you? There are in fact 4 of them, and no matter what they look like in motion, they all move independently. The wings must be able to support the butterfly's thorax during flight, so they are backed up by very strong muscles that allow all 4 wings to flutter and independently form a figure 8 pattern. Do you want a fun piece of trivia to ask your friends what they know about butterflies? You can ask them how many times a typical butterfly flaps its wings each second. And of course, since you watched this video, you know the answer is about 5 times every single second. And that is simply amazing.